It was 3:06 a.m., that hour when the world is completely silent, when even the city seems to breathe slowly. When I opened my eyes, I thought it might be a dream. A strange crackling sound like wood snapping. Then the smell hit me. Burning rubber, gasoline, melting plastic. My heart raced. I jumped out of bed and ran to the window barefoot. I pulled the curtain aside, and what I saw froze me. My garage, my workshop, the most expensive part of my life, engulfed in flames. The flames rose so high they almost touched the night sky. Metal melted. Tools crashed to the ground. Across the street, under the streetlight, Veronica Hale, HOA president, in a silk robe, arms crossed, perfectly calm. No screaming, no phone call, just watching my life burn. At that moment I knew, backhand index pointing right, this was no accident. Backhand index pointing right, this was no warning. Backhand index pointing right, this was an attack. And it was only the beginning. My name is Daniel Mercer, 51 years old. I work as a senior legal consultant for the State Judicial Ethics Review Board, the guy who audits judges and government officials. For 15 years, I've followed one thing: the paper trail. When people think they've escaped, when they believe the system can't touch them, I open their files. And when those files open, lives are ruined. After my divorce, all I wanted was one thing: peace. That's why I bought a house in Silver Pines community. The name sounded like heaven. Reality? Fake smiles, fake rules, power-hungry people. I had moved in only 3 days. I was setting up my tools in the garage when the doorbell rang. I opened the door. There stood Veronica Hale. Perfect hair, perfect lipstick, clipboard in hand. "Welcome to Silver Pines," she said. "I'm the HOA president." She handed me a 58-page HOA rulebook full of yellow highlights and red underlines. "We value discipline here. Following the rules is very important." Her gaze lingered on my garage. Not curiosity, not concern, interest. I knew then, this woman didn't just enforce rules, she controlled people. The first violation notice arrived just 5 days later. Warning: lawn height 1 inch above approved level. Warning: garage activity non-standard. I calmly replied with photos and measurements. The second notice, 3 days later. Warning: vehicle maintenance violation. Warning: noise complaint. It wasn't about rules, it was about ego. When an HOA president's ego is hurt, rules become weapons. At a weekend community barbecue, I overheard Veronica: "Government people don't belong here. They ask questions, they keep records, and make others uncomfortable." I realized these violation notices were never about lawns. I was a threat, and Veronica knew how to eliminate threats. Every morning she'd stand across my driveway, snapping photos: mailbox, garage, trash bins. Security footage showed 23 photos taken in 1 week. Police complaints started. Officer Jensen whispered, "Sir, this all seems baseless." I smiled. "Document everything," I said. "It's part of the story." Unknowingly, Veronica was building evidence against herself with every complaint. Then it happened: my garage was on fire at 3:06 a.m. The fire department controlled it in 6 minutes, but the damage was done: tools, equipment, woodworking projects all destroyed. The fire chief said, "Initial signs point to electrical fault." I nodded silently. My CCTV told the truth. 2:59 a.m., Veronica Hale, dark hoodie, gloves, holding a petrol can. Confidence, no panic. I didn't break down that night. Focus took over. By morning, I had dug into HOA records, budgets, maintenance logs, insurance policies. What I found was shocking. 6 months ago, she tripled insurance coverage. My garage was right next to the common electrical box. $280,000 unaccounted for: BMW leases, spa treatments, vacations. Veronica wasn't just a bully. She was a criminal. And criminals cornered are dangerous. The insurance upgrade, inspections, harassment, and fire, all perfectly timed. If the first fire could be passed off as an accident, the second would destroy everything. No reaction now, only trap. I used my job to my advantage. Direct confrontation would be a mistake. Hidden cameras installed, fire department alerted, insurance fraud unit tipped off, police on standby. I staged a fake leaving town post on social media. Veronica liked it in 7 minutes. Waiting. 2:48 a.m. motion on camera. Veronica and her partner at the electrical box. Timer set. Fuel soaked cloths. Wiring manipulated. 3:15 a.m. Police lights. Fire engines. Sirens. Tools dropped. Handcuffs snapped on. She muttered, "This is a misunderstanding," but the evidence spoke louder than words. Monday afternoon. Courtroom packed. State versus Veronica Hale. Gavel. Court is in session. Veronica looked up. I was the judge. You, she whispered. Her confidence vanished instantly. Camera shutters clicked. Media captured her panic. For the first time, she was just a defendant, not the HOA queen. Charges read: attempted arson, insurance fraud, embezzlement of HOA funds, conspiracy, endangerment of public safety. Screens showed footage of the electrical tampering and fuel. Courtroom gasped. Public record created. I recused myself. Judge Holloway took over. I only said, "Ms. Hale, abusing rules isn't power. Misusing power is crime." Gavel sounded. Court adjourned. She was taken into custody. Final verdict. Veronica, 16 years federal prison, full restitution, lifetime HOA ban. Partner, 10 years Silver Pines, HOA dissolved. Insurance fraud exposed. My garage rebuilt. Tools replaced. New beginnings. Now, every weekend I host workshops for neighbors, legal awareness, documentation, HOA rights. Silver Pines finally became a true community. Final OUTRO, call to action. If you face HOA abuse or power misuse, document, be patient, use the law. Like, subscribe, and share your story. Justice is served when you stand for it.